So moving on with the next page, this is going to be your travel page, and here you're going to be able to plan all of your trips. And this is probably my favorite page in this whole life planner, and there is a lot you can do here. I'm going to show you, but I'm just going to give you a quick overview. So you have a little quote right here, which I really like, and then down here is a database of your trips, and again, these are all of your trips now, and the one I showed you in the lifestyle page, this one is filtered, so it's only the upcoming trips. And once you go in the travel page, this is where all of your trips will be, and you can really plan all of your trips. And I will go into detail about this in a little bit. Again, as I said, I'm just going to give you a quick little overview. So these are going to be all of your trips, and then you can go on here, and this will show you the trips you've completed. And then here is just going to be a list of your trips, so it's better to like edit them. And then here on the side, this is the same view as this one, but again, it will only show you your upcoming trips and not all of them. Then also under navigation, you will have a packing list. And this is just a clean like template of a packing list, and it's already like there's already things in here. So you can just like check things off once you pack them, and then to not like so you don't have to like uncheck everything to use it next time. I just created this button, so you can press this add new packing list, and it will add a new packing list. So once you've used this, you can just delete this and add a new packing list for your next trip. And then here, this little widget is the same one than the one for your books, so you can just keep track of like how many countries you've already visited, and you can just like do this here. And then again, if you want to customize this and you want to change the colors or text, you can go and customize. And then down here you have a little map, and you can just drag this around. And then under this you have a travel journal, and you're going to be able to journal on your trips, and this will also be in your individual trips, which I will show you in a little bit, but this is just in general your travel journal, and you can add a new entry while you're traveling. And then down here, there is your bucket list. And this is one of my favorite things because you can add different things to your bucket list, like what you want to do while you're traveling. So I put 3 examples in here. The first one is a cenote in Mexico. And then the second one is a temple. And I put Azulik, which is a museum. And so you can also like view different things here. Like for example, you could add food to your bucket list, something you really want to try in a certain country, and then it would show up here. This is also a list of the different things. It's loading right now, so that's why it's not showing up. Here it is. And then here you can see your favorites. Here you can see the things you've already done, the things you still need to do, and then there's one more. You can filter this by continent. So here again, to do and then done. It's just loading, as you can see, like right here. But yeah, basically you can just like go into each different one, and I will go into one and show you, because this bucket list is linked to your trips. And so here you can plan a full trip, like for example here Tulum, Mexico. You can plan a trip to Tulum, Mexico, and then you can add different things to your bucket list. Like for example, you want to go to this cenote in Mexico, and you can link it to your trip, and to really plan on like doing this, which is pretty cool, and I will show you how that works. But then just the last thing on this page is the country bucket list, which you can just like, if you want to add a new country where you really want to go, you can just add a new one and then check this off once you've visited that country. And so now I will go into the bucket list and show you how this works. So here you're going to be able to put in your title, what it is, and then you can add a city and a country. You can add a continent where it is, and then this is what I mentioned earlier. Here you can link a trip. So as you could see earlier, I have 4 trips already created, And this is the one I linked to this cenote. And so once you like created a new trip up here, then you're gonna be able, like if you add things to your bucket list, you're gonna be able to add it to your trip right here. And then you can rate whatever like that activity. I put 5 stars here because I really like this cenote. And then you can also add a type, what it is. So right now I only had I only added 2 things, the landmark and food. But obviously you can add like new categories. Then you can put in an image right here, and then you can add this to your favorites by checking this one. And then also you can check this if you've done it, and then you can add some notes if you want to remember anything. And then you can also add your cost right here. So this is basically how the bucket list works. Whoops. And then again, if you want to change something to this template, you can go up here and then like change these templates and add a new property, or like, you know, if you don't care about like the city, the country, whatever, like if you want to remove something, you can also do this like right here by deleting things off of your template. So this is how the bucket list works, and now I'm gonna show you how the trips section works. So I'm gonna go into the Tulum, Mexico trip, and what I like to do is I like to add like the country, the flag as an icon, and then I'm just, you know, putting in the Tulum, Mexico, like the where I'm going. And then again, you're gonna be able to put in a city, country, and the continent, and then here, this is where you can put in a date. So I just put an example date, 17th September. And then what you have to do is you have to toggle this on end date, because otherwise it just gives you a start date. So you just toggle on end date, and then you can put in, let's say 30th as an end date. And then what this does is it will automatically calculate for how long you're gonna stay. For how long you're gonna stay. So I think that's pretty cool. And then this is your status, and like this determines where it shows up. So as I mentioned earlier, you have multiple views of like your upcoming trips. And so that is your status. You can put upcoming here, you can put planning, you can do completed once you've been on your trip. And then here you can put in the type. So if you're going by yourself, if you're going with friends or family. And then once you put in a date up here when you're going, it will also calculate how many days are left before you're going on your trip. And then down here, there is your bucket list again. So as I mentioned earlier, if you add something to your bucket list, you're going to be able to put this in here. So you know that on this trip, what you're planning, you are going to do like these things from your bucket list. And then down here, you can put in an image of your trip. And then I'm going to make this bigger to like really show you everything. And then down here, you're going to be able to put in your accommodation. You're going to be able to put in your airports and your information. Here you have a little world map again. And then here on the left side, there is a to-do list. Like if you have to do something before your trip, you can just add this right here. Then here you can upload important documents, like for example, your plane tickets or anything else you need. And then here you're going to be able to just put in notes. And then, and then here is again a packing list. So this is the same packing list than the one I already showed you, but now this is just in each individual trip included. And then down here, you have your itinerary for this trip. And so how this works is here you can really plan out your whole trip. And I will show you how this works. So hold on, let's add a new one. And it says new activity, and I'm going to open this. And so what you can do here is you can add a new day. And so let's say you're planning, a 7-day vacation, then you can do like day 1, this is what you want to do. And, you can just add day 1. Then you can put in a date, whatever your day one will be. And then you can put in the cost of your activity, whatever it is that you want to do. You can add an image here. You don't have to, but it's for the database view, so it just like looks nicer, but you don't have to add an image. Then you can rate when you're done, if you really like this activity or if you didn't. And then here again, you can this is linked to your bucket list. So here are the 3 things I already put in the bucket list. So if you want to add a bucket list to your bucket list item to your itinerary, this is where you can do it. So let's say because I'm in the Tulum, Mexico trip, on my day 1, I want to go to that cenote, then I'm just gonna add this right here. And then again, here I'm gonna be able to put in notes. And these are all the templates I already created. So this is new activity, restaurant, transportation. And what this does is like once I click this, it will just change this like little icon up here. So this is an activity, the cenote. So I'm just going to put this in. And then now you can see your new activity right here in your itinerary. And here is another overview. And like this is why I said you can put in a picture, so it will just like make this look nicer. So this is the one it was already in, and like this is the one, the new activity we added, and so because I didn't put a picture in here, it doesn't have a picture. Yeah, and so this way you can just like plan out your whole vacation. You can add transportation, so then it will show up here like taxi, for example. You can add a new restaurant you want to try, and so it will just show up here, and you have an overview of like your day 1, your day 2, your day 3, and if you put in a cost, it will also like show up here. And then in this view, you're going to be able to just view whatever you did on like which day. Here's the name, and then it will just show you the cost, like how much money you spend, and this way you have a pretty good overview of how much money you spend on every single day. And then down here, there is your travel journal again, and you can just add entries. So again, we are in the Tulum, Mexico trip. So if I would be on vacation and let's say day 1 was like really amazing and I had so much fun, then I could like put in an entry right here and just journal on like, on this whole trip. And that is basically it for this whole trip page. And here you're going to be able to plan out all of your trips in this travel section.